Pamela and I actually met at the Rainbow Room in the 80s. I believe it was mid-80s, which is a bit terrifying to talk about.
You start.
Yeah, under the tutelage of John Steinberg, and I will never forget our first hair show together. John had decided that we were going to be working on a helmet motif. And do you remember that?
15th century helmets, I think, was the motif.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And I loved your helmet. My helmet was a little bit strange. My model, I shaved the whole underneath of her hairline and then actually permed the second layer of her hair on really tight rods.
Dyed it.
And then the third section, the top section, I actually flat ironed, and so it actually sat out like a cushion on top of this permed hair.
It was great.
It was pretty striking on stage, but I imagine when she went to work the following Monday, it was a bit tricky to make something out of.
I couldn't believe we had models that would actually let us do that.
I know. That doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, no. You mean it's not going to be blow dried nice and straight? Oh my God, my poor model was a guy. He must have been just mortified with what I did.
I remember it being in a point.
A point.
Yeah.
But I had cut the circle here, it's really short, and then subsequently longer and longer and longer and longer and longer layers. So the middle layer was long, permed that whole section super tight, so it became like a spire, and then the rest came down dead straight, and then cut in like that.
Oh, that's right.
Helmet shape.
Right.
It was an absolute work of art.
It was.
I'm sure he went home and cried.
That was stunning.
It was, but I do believe what I remember most about that show, we loved John so much and we were so a little bit frightened, I think, of him.
Were.
And we had to get these 15th century helmets done perfectly, that we were just doing what he said. We were on stage, we were creating it, and then I remember all the hecklers in the audience.
Oh, they didn't get it at all.
Nobody liked it.
No. Oh yeah, this is Toronto 1985, and it was a little bit fashion forward, I think.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness, people just did not like it. We were so disappointed.
I remember.
Like, oh, we worked so hard to do that.
So since the 80s, what do you think has changed in the industry? Like what really strikes you?
I find, a couple of things. Annoying things and not so annoying things. As far as inspiration goes, remember when we did all our own research? We were buying Italian Vogue. Clients weren't buying Italian Vogue. They weren't spending $20 on a magazine. We were, of course. And we were scouring through things and through art shows and old artists, through the surrealist. We would just go anywhere for our inspiration. Because we would have 8 to 10 people in our chair a day. And they would sit there and say, what do you think? What do you think I should do? And we'd say, well, whatever we're into at that particular moment. We've just seen something brilliant in Italian Vogue, or you've just been on holiday to the Amazon jungle and everyone had bowls, and so everyone gets bowls. And we supplied the direction in which we were going in. I feel like since the internet age, everybody is researching constantly all the time. I don't know about you, but most of your clients now come in with, if not with pictures, with thoughts and ideas.
Many, probably most. Most have a pretty clear idea.
Yeah, they've seen a celebrity on the red carpet.
It's mostly celebrity-based, celebrity-focused.
Isn't it? So now we don't have to think as hard, but we do have to keep up with the type of things that our clients are looking at. So for celebrity, I think for hairdressers like you and I, it's a little bit end of the road. That's where trends and fashions end up on the red carpet. That's not who's fashion forward. What's fashion forward are still models, still people doing interesting new things. So we now have to understand what they're looking at. When they're coming in saying, I want my hair to be as long and as dark as Kim Kardashian. So you have to know who Kim Kardashian is. And if you're not in the mainstream, and that's not the road you travel on, you really have to do your research outside of your own path, which is probably good. It probably opens up our eyes to everything that's going on there. The other thing that really I find very annoying about what we do, and why I don't feel the need to be in the salon as much as I used to, and that is, we used to cut someone's hair. They would come in, they would sit down, they would look in the mirror, we would look at them in the mirror, and we would have a conversation. And every 6 weeks, or every 2 months, or every 6 months, or how often they come in, you continue that conversation and we develop a real relationship. Like you and I have had clients for 20, 30 years that we still have. Right?
Definitely, yeah.
And you have a very definite relationship with that person. Well, now, that doesn't happen anymore. Maybe still with those few clients. But what happens now is they come in, they sit in your chair, and they go, I want that. And you look at it, and you go, and then they're on their phone the entire time.
Oh.
You haven't spoken, you haven't been able to build up a relationship, you don't know much about them, they know nothing about you, and you are back to being a service provider. And I don't enjoy it. That's the one area that I'm very sorry that this information age has changed.